What's going on, everyone? Welcome to stream number 131. Game week 9 has just ended, which a lot of us are very happy about, myself included. Pretty poor week as shown on the screen. I'll quickly refresh so you can see the massive amount of points I got tonight. Jamie Vardy and James Maddison not really doing the business. And yeah, it was just an awful week, and then I had to watch I watched some of the game tonight. So basically, I watched the first half, and it was kind of half of what could have been. Jamie Vardy should have been a penalty for him. He didn't win it, but he would have taken it. Probably scored. He's a pretty good penalty taker. Handball missed. Fair enough. Then Maddison plays a great free kick in. Is the sound okay, by the way? Is it delayed? Don't think it is. Then Maddison plays in a great ball, and to be fair, Arsenal just weren't marking anyone, it looked like. And then Maguire in the back post, you just expect him to put that in every time. And he doesn't. So first half, missing Maddison and Vardy points. And then second half, I had to go to the gym. And the sad man that I am, they're doing like deadlifts, planks or whatever. And I'm like, this will all be worth it as long as Jamie Vardy scored. You know, when I check my phone at the end of this, Jamie Vardy will have scored if I work hard. And then my little boy was there with me, and he picks up the phone and he says 3-1 to Arsenal just as I'm about to finish. I was like, oh my god. So I was all for nothing. So 3-1, I thought, right, that's going to get worse because it'll be Lacazette that scored. So I come home, then realise it's Aubameyang that scored twice. So I'm happy about that. Thinking Jamie Vardy can still score last 10 minutes. You know, he's not. He's not going to be as quick as maybe he was at the start of the game. He's probably a bit tired, but he can still do some running. And then 5 minutes to go, where does he run? He runs off the bloody pitch for a poo. I mean, what the hell is that all about? So we don't know. He might be injured. He looked like he was hobbling a bit, but he might be trying to hold it in. So yeah, tonight wasn't good. Yes, I didn't use it to motivate me, but I was thinking about it, as you do. So yeah, how are you all tonight? Harry, what's up? Faisal, Tom. Did anyone have a good week? I've actually got a poll that says, did you get above 50 points? Because if you did, you probably had a good week. The only, I suppose, good thing for me was it was kind of Lacazette versus Vardy. Although I couldn't quite afford Lacazette in the end, but Lacazette didn't do anything, and now Vardy's fixtures are much better. So fingers crossed. That Vardy will be good going forward. Aubameyang in now. Look, I can't be getting Aubameyang. No, he's not going to be starting week in, week out. I think it's too much money. Alonso overrated. I know. I said this last week, I think. There was a bit of an argument on Twitter because people were saying he was a must-have, and a few people chipped in, myself included. And I wasn't advocating selling him, but you have to at least talk about getting rid of him. He's the most expensive defender in the game, who scored 2-6. That's not good enough, really. And he just got 2 points again this week. But it was Man United, and the fixtures do get better. I would argue that Robertson is a better pick for a few weeks now, if you had to have one or the other. But obviously, a lot of people have got 3 premium defenders, so it should be all good. So yeah, tonight, not good. TAA is Trent Alexander-Arnold. So there's 5 polls, if you haven't already checked. Game week 10 captain, so an early look at that. Obviously, we'll talk again about that on Thursday. What to do with Trent Alexander-Arnold? Alonso or Mendy? So a few people asked that, actually. Look, I mean, this week, Alonso's got Burnley, I think, away, isn't it? And then Mendy's got Spurs away, so I think Alonso's fine, but Mendy, good again. I mean, I don't think he's blanked when he's played, which is ridiculous. What to do with Mitrovic? Obviously, a few people were getting rid. A lot kept for Cardiff. He only got the assist, but you know, better than a lot of players did this week. And then, did you score over 50 points? Will Murray miss the wall slash? I don't know if we've had any news on Murray yet. Sounds like he's going to be okay though. So, I'll talk about my thoughts on Trent. Let me go through my transfers first, I guess. So I went through with a hit. I did Kane, Trippier, David Silva out. Yeah, it didn't go well. David Silva with 11 points, Trippier with a clean sheet. Kane did nothing. I got in Salah. Yeah, fine, he did well. But Trent didn't play. I'm going to get Bennett to come on for him with 0 points. And then Vardy did nothing, although Vardy was more of a longer term pick. I just thought that Trent was going to play, so it kind of couldn't have gone much worse, really. The Trent thing is a bit annoying because as soon as Lovren played in the last game, I even tweeted out straight away, it was straight away-ish, and said, is there any chance that he keeps his place? Because last year he was the centre-back alongside Van Dijk, and obviously Gomez has done really well this year. So now it's a really tricky one for me. I don't know what to do with him, if I'm honest. I guess I've got to try and keep him and hope he plays and gets his place back. But why would he get his place back now? Like why wouldn't he have played in the last game? He didn't need 2 games rest. I think the Man City game was tactical. Maybe Lovren is just the preferred player. What we need to see happen is Gomez get benched and Trent plays on the right and Lovren plays in the middle. And then we know that Lovren's probably the most nailed on cheap option. So I'm probably going to keep him this week, but I'm not happy about it. I've got to be honest, if Vardy was injured, that would really help me out this week because I feel like I made a mistake with my transfers. Not so much a knee-jerk because of the points, but Vardy just locks up all the funds and doesn't really give me a good way to get either Mendy or Robertson or whoever it might be. So if Vardy was injured, I would probably sell straight away for a hit and just do Trent to Robertson and get it out of the way because Robertson's going to score so many points over the coming weeks. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep Trent. I know the Liverpool Twitter account usually, or someone in like the journalists or whatever, usually have the team out about 30 seconds or so before the deadline. So potentially I could be on the lookout for that. And if he doesn't start again, Trent, I may just swap him to one of the cheaper options. The problem is, who do you pick, Lovren or Gomez? It's so difficult to know exactly who's going to keep their place. So yeah, I feel like my transfers maybe went wrong. And Trent, I'm stuck on, to be honest. I don't see any reason why Trent wouldn't play, but then I didn't see any reason why he wouldn't have got his place back for the last game, to be honest. But I got 0.5 in the bank, Fuzzy. Yeah, so yeah, that's my team. Obviously had a red arrow this week, not great. Still high up, and I can keep saying I'm never usually this high up this early, but I don't want to go too many games now where the rank keeps decreasing and then I'm struggling to get back up there again. Other players to talk about, Alonso, like I said, 26262 for his points. Not really good enough, but the fixtures do improve now. I was looking at this because I was pretty tempted, to be honest. This is before I realised that Trent wasn't playing, to actually double up on the Liverpool defence and do Alonso to Robertson for the next few. But I know, Burnley away, Palace at home, Everton at home. And I mean, Alonso was in the box for a couple of chances against Man United. If he controlled one better, it would have pretty much been a guaranteed goal. Should we keep... Yeah, Wolves defenders is another one. Thoughts on getting Bellerin? Yeah, where the problem for me is with players like Bellerin is where do they fit in? Because you've got the likes of Alonso, Robertson, even Trippier's played a good few games in a row now, and Mendy to consider as well. So I just don't know about Bellerin. I mean, if you really want to take a punt for that kind of price, you could get Maguire. Just saying. Definitely take out Trent because the other players won't keep clean sheets. Yeah, look, I'd take a risk on Bennett, to be honest, especially if Murray's out. Yeah, so thoughts on Wolves defenders is let's not get too carried away. Yes, it didn't go well against Watford. Obviously, if you had Johnny, who was off, he's off before at half time, I think. I'm going to stick with them. I think they've done enough to warrant not panicking about them too badly. I mean, you're not bringing in Wolves defenders right now because they got Brighton and they got 2 tough fixtures, which are, one of them's Arsenal, I think. Yeah, Spurs at home, then Arsenal away. So as it stands right now with how my team is set up, because I don't have any money apart from that 0.5 million, I'm going to have to probably play him against Spurs and Arsenal, which I'm not too happy about. But hopefully he can get back to attacking ways and go from there. Do you think streaming regularly has improved your FPL performance? I don't know, to be honest. I mean, the season I started streaming, I don't know. I know a lot of people were watching back then who are probably still watching now. I was in a pretty bad position, and then I streamed and I actually got my best ever finish, top 5k. But then last year I got 21k, and I've had better finishes than that. So I don't think streaming is improved. I think streaming has just coincided with me being a bit like streaming out when I was doing Scoutcast as well. It was just coincided with me being a bit more patient, I suppose. Doherty will keep a clean sheet against Spurs. Yeah, to be honest, the way Spurs are playing, I mean, Eriksen's back now, so that could help them. But yeah, no reason why Wolves can't keep it tight there. Yeah, Martial's an interesting one. Obviously, he did well against Chelsea. I just wouldn't trust him. I wouldn't trust Mourinho to just take him back out the side. How many games has he started in a row now? 3. 3 goals and 1 assist as well, which is really nice. But is he going to keep his place? I mean, he's done enough to keep his place, but how long is Sanchez going to be out of the side for? I don't know. I just feel like Martial's a bit of a trap. That you'll be thinking about how to get him back out your team as quickly as you're getting him in. But the fixtures are pretty sweet. It's Everton at home, Bournemouth away, then Man City away, which is no good really. And then Crystal Palace at home. So they're pretty nice fixtures. And I do remember Martial doing well against Everton in, I think it was FA Cup semi-final. Maybe even last year. So, I don't know. I don't know if I would endorse is probably the wrong word. Endorse getting Martial in. It's not the worst punt, I suppose. 1.9%, 7.2 million. I wouldn't lie and say I've not looked at how I can get him in. Maddison or Richarlison out, I could get him in. I don't think I'm going to do it. You have Pickford in goal, nice. I'm sure a lot of people probably got rid of Pickford. Yeah, no, I think Martial will keep his place for now, but I don't know. Longer term, I just worry about him, to be honest. I love the guy though. I'm glad he's getting a bit of a chance, and I hope he keeps it up. He needs to show that he can keep this level of performance up game after game. Really, doesn't necessarily have to get attacking return from a Man United point of view. Doesn't have to get attacking returns every game, but you know, let's work for the team, create some chances. His footwork in and around the box is so good. Love watching him play. Yeah, I'm not going to get rid of Maddison, but I have looked at how I could get Martial in. That's all I'm saying. What's up, Luke? You're on a holiday in Croatia. Very nice. And you're still tuning in. You madman. Go out and have a drink, man. If you're of legal drinking age, of course. And drink responsibly. 46 points on wildcard. Look, 46 is not great, you're right. But it was rubbish for everyone. No, there'll be a few people around. Obviously, did well, but... Jack, what did we do? We made a mistake. I've already chatted about that. But to be honest, I'm well happy with having Salah this week. I think the biggest issue for me was going Vardy and Trent instead of Mitrovic and Robertson. That was my big mistake. I tweeted out that Robertson was a bonus point magnet. He's going to play every game pretty much. It was potentially a mistake. But look, Vardy's fixtures get a bit better now. I don't want to knee-jerk too much. But if he's injured, I will get rid of him straight away. Even if it's just a week. He's gone. Who'd take out Shaw or Trent? I think you've got to take out Trent, right? I mean, Shaw's playing at least. I actually thought Shaw was very good against Chelsea. I know Ashley Young got the man of the match, but Shaw barely put a foot wrong. He had Willian in his back pocket for most of the game. That's 11:30, fair enough. Can't believe you benched Ryan for Patricio. Yeah, but look, Ryan was away. I mean, Ryan really saved my week, 11 points. You already want to sell Trent. Well, that's fair. Yeah, he's not playing. I mean, that is the most. This is one of the most frustrating things about Trent. Is it's not. I mean, we made a mistake. We didn't probably consider enough the Lovren and Gomez situation. So you can't. It's unlucky, sure, because I think a lot of people thought, including Liverpool fans, thought he was going to get his place back. But yeah, the most frustrating thing is it's not only that we've bought in a player that might not play, we've used that Liverpool spot on a transfer to get in a player ahead of some really nice fixtures. Like, you've got to think that Liverpool are going to get at least 2 clean sheets in the next 3, probably, maybe even 3. The Arsenal game will be tough, but they could get 3. And we've got Trent, who's probably not going to play, and that's the most frustrating thing. It's not even that you just bought them in and there's a chance of a clean sheet. They're gonna get one against Cardiff. They're gonna get one against Fulham. You'd imagine. I mean, not only was Shaw good against Shaw, like Van Dijk. I know it was Huddersfield, and Huddersfield did really well, to be fair. But Van Dijk is just a machine. He's got to be the best defender in the league, best centre back. He's just commanding the other defenders, telling them what to do, cleaning up, getting his head on every ball. It's brilliant. Liverpool very lucky to have him. Every single poll I answered, the percentage was 100%. Wow, that's weird. Did you hear about the injury Hazard has? I mean, Hazard's injury he'll be fine, I'd say. And unless there's been more news, it sounds like he's always got a bit of a niggle after a game because he gets kicked about so much. Yeah, I really like Lovren. I don't know if I mentioned it on stream. Definitely didn't mention bringing him in, but he is a bit of a bonus point magnet. He's pretty good for bonus. He's got a little bit of goal for it. Wouldn't risk my free transfer to Gomez Lovren. Yeah, that's my worries really. Is do I just risk another cheap Liverpool defender and maybe making another transfer down the line? Or do I just hold my hands up and probably say I got it wrong with Vardy and just switch now? But switching Trent and Vardy to Robertson, and who do I even go for? Like Arnautovic, I suppose. Wouldn't mind having Arnautovic because of the fixtures he's got, although it's Leicester away next. Yeah, I might try and be around for the team sheets and just because the first game this weekend is at 3 o'clock, so there's no early kickoff, there's no Friday game, and Liverpool play at 3 o'clock. So there's a chance at like 1:59 and 30 seconds that we get the Liverpool team sheet. So I might try and be around for that. And if he's not playing, I may take him out. But 4 points to take Vardy out, just I don't know. I really don't know about that move because he's got Fulham and Cardiff in the next 6, who are like guaranteed goals, and he's got really nice fixtures outside of that: West Ham, Burnley at home, and Watford at home. And Brighton away, so I don't know. I just don't have the money to get Robertson any other way, really. Not any other way I like. Hazard, Salah, Aguero, they're not really going anywhere. Richarlison, Maddison, not really done anything to make me want to get rid of him. Jimenez is obviously too cheap. I could do Alonso to Robertson, but again, I think I'll just want Alonso back. So I don't know. Yeah, exactly. I could roll the transfer. The problem is you're not going to want to do that in game week 11 because that's when Liverpool play Arsenal. So I don't know. I might just just reassess and just think Robertson, yeah, he could really punish me, but let's just hope Vardy scores enough to not worry about it. So I think my team's fine outside of that. Obviously, I don't have the team. Like some people have got a similar team to me, and they've got 3 premium defenders. So that's a really nice position to be in. I've already taken money out by getting rid of my 4.5 million goalie and got Bennett and Wan-Bissaka on the bench. So I'm already struggling a bit for money. And I got Hazard in quite early. Imagine if you got him in late. Did I see Mark score? I didn't see Mark score, but everyone's been telling me about it. Apparently, he didn't do too well this week. Didn't we all do rubbish, to be fair? Let's have a look. Let's have a looky here. Where is he? All the way down there. 23 with an 8-point hit. Who did he take out? Let's have a look. Fabricate a Maddison. Oh, for Sterling. Ouch. And Jimenez. Yeah. That didn't go well. Sterling. Differential. Yeah. Not good. He'll pull it back. Yeah, exactly. I think the team looks fine. I'm not going to panic too much. I'm happy with it. I would like Jimenez to actually score a goal, though. That would be nice. Mark's still got Salah captain. Okay, fair enough. David Silva is a must. Oh, don't tell me that. I need to see him bench soon. Seriously. Thoughts on Martial? Yeah, we kind of already spoke about him. Look, I wouldn't go around saying he can't be dropped, because he definitely can be. But he looks in good form right now. And you know what? It's not the worst punt for the next 4 fixtures. 7.2 million. Yeah, look, Arsenal are scoring a lot of goals. Got to take note of them now. The only thing is, it's like, who'd you buy? It's really tough to pick a player from their team. Like Ozil is obviously on fire right now. He's already got 3 goals this season. So in the last 5 games, he's only played 4 times, 3 goals and 1 assist. So he's on fire, but he's 8.3 million. So that's a. In previous seasons, 8.3 million would be great. Like we'd have a load of players around here, around that kind of price. This year, like at least my team, and I expect a lot of teams are the same. They've got 2 really highly priced midfielders and then 2 like lower priced ones like Richarlison and Maddison. So it's hard to fit Ozil in. Obviously, players like Ramsey and Mkhitaryan not guaranteed to play. Bellerin obviously did well tonight, apart from the own goal. He's only 5.4. Like Lacazette, Aubameyang's just too expensive for me when I've got Aguero, and Lacazette, well, I've got Vardy instead, and I can't quite afford him. Yeah, Alex Iwobi, he's started how many in a row now? Just 2. Fulham, yeah, I don't know. Iwobi just doesn't really excite me that much, even though he's just 5.5. Yeah, I'm not saying Arsenal assets are necessarily bad. I like you're asking me for kind of my team. I find I can't fit Ozil and Lacazette. Okay, let's say I could afford Lacazette. I kind of went with Vardy. That was kind of making my bed and getting into it. And then Vardy's underlying stats are pretty similar. He didn't do too well tonight, to be fair, but he was playing Arsenal away. The fixtures are really nice. So yeah, unless it's basically Ozil or Lacazette, I think. I don't know who else there really is. Aubameyang, but like I say, it's 10.7. He might not even start. And to be fair to the guy, he scored 4 goals off the bench now. I think at least he scored the 2 braces. I think off the bench now. So, but you don't want to pay 10.7 million for someone and see him on the bench that often. You could do Hosselu in for Jimenez and Lacazette to Vardy. Yeah, but I don't really want an Arsenal striker though. That's the thing. Like, I can't have everyone, and this is where not to get too drawn into the team necessarily, because you still got to think of the individual player, right? So let's think about Arsenal. Okay, they're probably going to score more goals than Leicester, even with tougher fixtures. Maybe they could do that. But as we've seen tonight, they've got a lot of players. I think this is the point I made on the Scoutcast, that Arsenal have got other players that can score. And Leicester do, of course. Like, of course, Vardy's not the only one that's going to score them goals all year, but he's going to be the main focal point. Whereas Lacazette will still be that central striker, but Aubameyang can come on. Ozil's doing well. Ramsey, when he plays, has got threat as well. So they're maybe not relying on Lacazette as much as Leicester are relying on Vardy. Vardy on penalties as well. Lacazette would be, I suppose, if Aubameyang wasn't on the pitch. So potentially could have penalties too. Maybe even when Aubameyang is on the pitch, depending on what they talk about. So yes, Arsenal are good, but it's just finding a player for them that you actually want. So the question shouldn't be, are Arsenal going to score loads of goals? Is Lacazette going to outscore Vardy for points? It doesn't really matter what Arsenal do. It's whether you think Lacazette's going to beat Vardy, and you may still come to the conclusion that he will, and that's fair. Lacazette's look really good. But I don't know, something about Vardy, even though I wouldn't mind if I had to get rid of him. But that's more of a, I want Robertson than I think Vardy's bad. I'll probably keep. What's up, Jonathan? Who do I replace Hennessy with, Ryan or Fabianski? Yeah, that's a tough one. I'd probably go Fabianski, even though Ryan's been really good to me the last couple of games. The thing that's nice about Ryan is he's getting the save points in, or he did especially in the last game. Now they do have a pretty nice run of fixtures up until December, but so do West Ham. So I'd be tempted. Let me just compare them a sec. Try and do a quick compare, which is I would take a proper look at their fixtures and just go with who's got the best fixtures. Yeah, see, they're very similar fixtures. I would probably go for Fabianski. His good fixtures last right into January. You don't really want to be making too many keeper transfers, so I'd probably look at Fabianski. Vardy hamstring, you reckon? Now, apparently he was just ill. Wilson rising in price. Interesting. I suppose he's done really well so far. Should I get Diego Costa? Maybe if you're playing like La Liga. Who am I bringing in this week? I'm probably going to make no transfer, to be honest. And then the week after, just see how it's going. Yeah, I think Diop is maybe a good option. I think he's quite cheap as well, isn't he? Let's have a look. Yeah, 4.3. Yeah, nailed on. I think, like I said, West Ham have got nice fixtures. I don't know if I want to be using the transfer on a player like that just yet, personally. If you've got a spare transfer, you want to like get rid of Bennett or Wan-Bissaka, something like that. Why hasn't he talked about Kevin De Bruyne? I don't know. Who is Kevin De Bruyne, like, really? Sure, he can assist and score goals. Sure, he plays in a team that scores goals for fun, but is he really a good option? Yeah, I don't know. I think my thoughts on De Bruyne are, I guess, similar to Ozil. That I think someone said earlier in the chat, I can't remember who it was, so apologies for that, but if you've got a Man City attacker, you just keep him. There's no point in trying to second guess the rotation. I mean, Aguero hasn't missed a game yet, which is great. Obviously not playing 90 minutes, which is frustrating, but he is playing and getting points. His points per game is really good. De Bruyne, look, 9.7 is a good price, I think, compared to the likes of Hazard and Salah and stuff. And longer term, I might get rid of Salah. I'm going to see how he does over the next 3 fixtures. Fulham at home and Cardiff home, I expect big points in those. I expect at least a double-figure haul in both of those. That's what I'm hoping for 12.8 million. If he doesn't do it in those, look, it's Watford away and Everton at home then, so will I want to get rid of that in those fixtures? Maybe not. But he could be my cash cow. And then I will look at like someone like De Bruyne. I don't think you have to worry about it this week. It's Spurs away. But it is Man City, and he's going to be low at own now, especially in live teams. I don't think there's a rush. And again, for 9.7, I'm just trying to think. Obviously, not everyone has the same team, but how are you fitting him in? Who are you not going with? Because even at 9.7, yes, he's cheaper than some of these premium assets, but you're probably still going to struggle to put him in. So you're probably going to have to drop one of Hazard or Salah. And I won't go on about Salah too much this week, because I know the stream last week was on about him a lot. But he's probably going to be the captain 2 weeks out of the next 3. Probably not getting rid of him. Hazard is in too good a form. So if you have another way to get him in, maybe it could be a nice option. He's just one of those players that ticks over constantly. Even if he doesn't get a massive score, he ticks over nicely. It's good though. We're 10 weeks in and we're suddenly getting a lot of players to choose from. Someone can have Ozil in their team and you wouldn't think they were crazy necessarily. Any love for Pedro? Not really, because there's no guarantee he starts. Mr. Big Bang Theory. How's it going, Howard? Nice to see you. Nice to see you too. How is Alexander Armstrong? Yeah, that did make me laugh. Is bringing in Arnautovic instead of Lacazette a wise choice, given the run of fixtures? I personally think Arnautovic plus the money is probably better than Lacazette because of the good fixtures. So it's not saying Lacazette won't get any points. Of course he will. But if Arnautovic can stay fit, then I think he'll do well. I think Yarmolenko is injured now for like 6 months or something. So there's going to be even more of a need for Arnautovic to get the points. And I think for his price, he's really good. And if you've got a couple of extra million, do you know what I mean? That is the difference, like I'm struggling with now, of a cheap defender versus a premium one. And, you know, those premium defenders are going up in price as well, so that's going to get tougher to bring them in, which is something it's going to hurt me sooner rather than later. So, how is Armstrong? We don't know how he is. He's probably not going to play. We don't know for sure. Is bringing on Arnautovic in as Lacazette? I think so, yeah. I think that could be classed as a wise choice. What to do with Sterling? Keep him. Wilson or Mitrovic for the medium term. Like, how medium term are they? Both got pretty... Do you already have an Arnautovic? I guess you probably do. Because their fixtures are, like, for... When Fulham have got okay next 4, Liverpool away doesn't look great though. I'd say that's a clean sheet for them. And Bournemouth's fixtures really struggle soon. Yeah, I mean they got Arsenal and Man United at home in the next 4. I think I prefer Mitrovic for the next 4. The only thing I will say is though, Bournemouth play Fulham next game, and I mean that could be goals for overside, but you know any team that plays Fulham have got to be in with a chance. So basically, I like Wilson for the next game. I like Mitrovic for the next 4. Did I ever think about Fraser? I did think about him, but never really got a chance to fit him in. I kind of went with Maddison instead. Can you list your best 6.5 million mids? Thanks, Rush24. I mean, it could be a pretty long list. I mean, I don't even know who is under 6.5. Let's have a look. Let's have a quick looky here. Fraser's gone off the boil a bit. Pereira, yeah. I mean, there's not... Schürrle feels like a bit of a knee-jerk now, but someone was talking about him on the stream. I think Schürrle looks good with the next 4 fixtures. Bournemouth, Huddersfield and Southampton the next 4. Even though it feels a little bit knee-jerky. There ain't too many here on this list. I'm just having a look now. I mean, Fraser, but like he's really gone off the ball. But Fraser should look good for the next game at least. Gummerson chipping in here and there, but Burnley have got Chelsea at home next, so I wouldn't really like him. I think out of all of them right now, I'd probably look at Schürrle. Josh Murphy for Cardiff, but they're not going to play Fulham every week. Basically, Mitrovic or Wilson will become an Arnautovic after the next game. Oh, then... But Mitrovic is at home, though. Oh, that's a real tough one. You've got me there, to be honest. I think I'd probably go Mitrovic because he's at home. Yeah, I don't think Fraser's like a rush out and sell player right now, but if you've not got him, you're probably not bringing him in right now. Can you not leave the Scoutcast? It's too late, it's already done. Luke is ready to go tomorrow. So I will not be on tomorrow. I'll be on at some point. So basically when Luke can't do it, they might call me in. And I'll do it. I've already said I can do it. So, no worries there. No Man City defence yet. Could hurt me. It's a problem. I basically... My good run came from getting on all these players that weren't... I didn't have Robertson. I didn't have Mendy. Obviously, Mendy I got rid of straight away. A lot of people kept him just in case he played. So that got me a good amount of points. But now I've got a tough decision to make that those players that I took out to get the points could now really punish me and basically just bring my rank plummeting right down. So Jimenez to Arnie for free, a no-brainer. If you've got the money, yeah. I don't know if it's a no-brainer with Brighton away next, though. But longer term, yeah, should be good. Yeah, it wasn't an easy decision. I kind of been thinking about it for a few weeks. It's just stream twice a week, do another video on this channel, then do the Scoutcast. It's like three or four nights doing FPL stuff. It's just getting too much. Like, I've been doing it for well over a year now, doing both, but maybe even 2 years now. Just some Tuesday nights are just, without boring you too much. Like, I finish work at 6, I get home at 7. By the time I've done dinner, homework with a kid, put into bed, like, and then next thing I have to do is make sure I've got my notes all set up for the Scoutcast. Then it's the Scoutcast, then it's bed. Like, it's just lose another evening basically. So I do love doing it, and I'm quite glad that Joe kind of said to me, you know, will you still be able to do it when we need you? It wasn't like right, you're out now. So hopefully I'll still get to do a few more before the end of the season, but it's not going to be every week. How is Man City good with Spurs and United in the next 3? So that's kind of why I'm a little bit okay with not having Mendy for the next 3. I think I said that last week. That's why I got rid of David Silva as well, because okay, it was a mistake, Burnley at home, but yeah, the next 3 or 4 fixtures are not amazing, but it is Man City. You know what they can do to teams. So I can see why people are looking at Mendy, but like I don't think I could ever bring myself to bring in a player when they're playing someone like Spurs away, unless it was part of like a double or triple move. Why not get Murphy for Ward? Yeah, I mean, I could do it at some point when I got a spare transfer, but it's never going to be a transfer that I want to make, really. Like, I'd probably always rather save my transfer, and just see how I'm getting on. And then if I'm gonna burn one, then maybe. But am I going to be on Meet the Manager? I doubt it. I mean, people have met me enough on the Scoutcast. Mendy attacking stats down when Sané plays. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say shocked to see them play together, but we haven't seen it that often. So yeah, we'll have to see. Like, it was one game. Let's see how they get on if they play a few more. Trippier to Lovren. Look, not the worst transfer that, as long as Lovren's going to play. I would try and keep an eye out for team news. Try and make that transfer as late as possible, because there is a chance that Gomez can come back in to centre back and Trent could play right back. But I don't know. Something tells me I've just got it wrong with Trent, and Lovren's going to keep his place. Like, if you don't trust, I mean, I know that a lot of what was said was that Gomez got put right back because he's more defensively, and obviously they're playing Man City. But Lovren comes back, his first game is against Man City. I mean, that's a pretty big call from Klopp. And then he keeps him for the next game. It makes me think that it's just his place now to lose. But I don't know for sure, of course. I would love Trent to keep a clean sheet and get a brace. I wouldn't say he's definitely going to play against Cardiff, Trent. I mean, we just don't know. Yeah, if Trent plays in the Champions League, that might be the thing that kills him off. Yeah, Fozzie, I love your Maguire pick. You were very unlucky not to get points from him tonight, to be honest. Should have scored. Don't forget, if you haven't already, make sure to hit the like button on the stream. Much appreciated, as always. And if you haven't already, vote on the polls. We're going to do them in about 5-10 minutes. So vote on them, and we'll go through them. Yep. Let's hope for a bet game week 10. I'm confident enough game week 10. I'm happy enough. Like I said, I think it's just one of those weeks sometimes. I think the thing to do is not panic in weeks like that, especially when it's a bit different if you get a score of 30 or 40 and everyone's posting scores of 60 and 70. That's different, but barely seen people post scores above 50. So you bench Maguire. Oof. Then you're almost lucky he didn't score. Unlucky, I don't know. A -8 to put Salah back in. Look, I think I don't know about that, to be honest. I mean, think how many points he's going to have to score just to recuperate. Well, obviously 8, but how many like attacker returns he's going to have to get to recuperate those points hits. And the week after he's got Arsenal. So yeah, I don't know about a -8 to get Salah back. I appreciate I mean the fact that you probably captain him this week makes it a bit more okay, but I can't imagine what that -8 is. 51's a great score this week. It's probably a green arrow. Do I think Salah could get rested? Look, yes, I guess so. Everyone could get rested. Did I say arrested? Everyone could get arrested, especially around Champions League. But I think we always blow rotation and rests and stuff. We blow it up too much. It never happens as much as we talk about. At the end of the day, Liverpool want to keep pace at the top of the league. Yes, the Champions League would be great, but I think Liverpool fans, they want to win that league, right? I'd say a lot of Liverpool fans, you give them the choice, you can win the Champions League this year or the Premier League. They choose the Premier League. They've not done it for so long. I just don't think they rest Salah this early. Like they want to keep up. And in the good fixtures, I get the idea that they can win these games with a worse team. But look at Huddersfield. They only scored the 1 goal against them. Who knows what that would have been if Firmino and Mane had started from the start. I mean, to be fair, Firmino came on and he looked pretty rusty. Now, he didn't have a proper run out, of course, but and Sturridge could play. But that's a very long way of saying I don't think Salah's going to get rested. Yeah, I mean, maybe he'll get reduced minutes, but let's see what the score is first. Yeah, I'm definitely not making any transfers yet. Always try and save them to the end of the week as much as possible. I don't know if Wolves' defence is a one-off, but I think you've got to give them some credit and kind of say they've done so well. Let's see what they do against Brighton. Yeah, I don't think I said Trent's suspension was a big shot. Yeah, Vardy just felt ill. He had the squits. Yeah, Richarlison, Everton are really a bit frustrating because they've got really nice home fixtures, and then, or I think it's home fixtures, or is it just every other fixture is good? Yeah, they got Brighton and Cardiff and Newcastle at home in the next 6, but then they also have Man United, Chelsea, and Liverpool away, so that is tough. I'm hoping Richarlison goes back to the left because a lot of the time we find this with midfielders, they go out of position. And they're actually not that much better. It's like when Hazard played false 9 and stuff like that. So, yeah. I think Richarlison, I'd like to see him go back to the left. I think he'd cause more problems. But I'm not getting rid of him just yet. I think his home games make him keepable for me. And Man United not keeping too many clean sheets. So we'll see how it goes. Alonso or Mendy, you've got to answer that in the polls. I still think... I'm going to say Alonso for the next few. Yeah, I think I mean, he's not a striker. Yeah, he's just not a striker. He's not going that well for him. But he's always going to play. He has to. How long is Mane injured for? I mean, he could be back for the Champions League from what I've read. So he could be back for next week. Let's do the polls. If you haven't already voted, make sure you click on that little eye in the top right hand corner. We'll get them done. You're going to win FPL 18-19. You can't though, because I'm going to win it. So only one of us can. So maybe you can win it next year. Oh yeah, Trent getting benched twice in a row is a big worry. Let's not pretend otherwise. Definitely a big worry, Espen. Alonso's ownership is too high if he bangs. Yeah, I get that, but I don't like keeping players just because they're highly owned. Like, I want them to score points at the end of the day. Bloody Jamie Vardy. Alright, let's do them now. Let's do the polls. Refresh, refresh. Okay. An FPL war. We don't want that. Okay, game week 10 captain. Salah, obviously out in the lead. 66%. And 21% for Hazard. Not got a bad fixture this week. Burnley away. Only 3% for Aguero. Makes sense. Spurs away. And then 8% for someone else. So Salah getting a lot of love as expected. Laporte, I think, is a good option. Probably not this week. But yeah, played every game. Looks almost rotation free. Ryan, good morning from Australia. How's it going? Ooh. Hey, like, you're still in the top 5k. I mean, that's a great platform to smash the rest of the season. What to do with Trent? Sell 60%. You've got to get rid of him straight away. 40% saying keep. Alonso or Mendy? This is going to be Alonso. Whoa. Wow. It's not Alonso. I thought it would be Alonso, but not by very much. But it's Mendy. 67% saying that Mendy is better than Alonso. That's interesting. And probably rightly so, the way they've played this season. Alonso's definitely been a bit less attacking. Damn, 67% for Mendy. Very nice. We did say quite a few times at the start of the season, Alonso was very lucky for a lot of those assists. I mean, it was very frustrating as a non-owner. But yeah, I was surprised by that. Have you noticed that it was Alonso over Mendy last Thursday's stream, but now it's reversed? Yeah, I mean, we probably noticed that a lot if we did the same votes every week. What to do with Mitrovic? 78% saying keep. I think that's the right call. 21% saying sell. And did you score over 50 points? Only 27% of you did. So there you go. If you've had a bad week, don't worry. 73% of everyone watching the stream has had a bad week too. So, yeah. Jeez, Aubameyang's returned 8-5-7-2, 15-12. Oof. That's pretty decent. Pretty decent. He's such a good player as well. Recapsy, a big hitter playing Cardiff at home and Hazard playing a decent away fixture. Sound familiar? I know it's exactly the same as the Kane one. It's different though. Salah now. Salah's the man. He's only blanked once against a non-top 6 side. He got 55 points. Decent. Real decent, that is. Are we keeping Zaha? Oh my God, I'm not. It's really weird. Like, Zaha was like one of those really big players at the start of the season. Barely even heard about him the last few weeks. I'd say no to keeping him. Arsenal, Spurs, Man United, and Chelsea next 4. I mean, that is about as bad as it gets. Give me a gunner for me. Ozil's a must. Not sure about must, but yeah, he looks like a good option right now. Digne at Everton, I like him. Like a few weeks ago, like he was creating a lot of chances. Everton clean sheets. The problem is, like we've spoken about with Everton fixtures, every other week they get a really tough one. So you just don't know where the points are going to come from for him. You're really hoping that in every home game you get something, obviously. But 4.8 million, do you know what? I don't think that's the worst price for him. Yeah, Schürrle's a good option for short term. Like kind of next 3 to 4 fixtures. Salah triple captain. Nah, let's not get too hasty with that triple captainship now. You know my thoughts. Double game weeks, job done. You got 60 points. Very nice. Transferred out De Gea and David Luiz for Ryan and Mendy. Oof. Very nice moves. Into the top 10k. Very good. Interested to see if Leno keeps his place. Yeah, I think he definitely looks a bit calmer. I mean, Leicester were dropping back quite a bit. They weren't really pressing too much. Like you could see, as soon as they lost the ball, Maddison would go in the middle, Iniacho would go right, and Vardy would go left. And they were dropping back, obviously letting Arsenal come onto them. But for the times when there was like a player near Leno, he didn't really seem too flustered. Pretty good with his feet. Yeah, goalkeepers are an odd one. Like, you know, if someone like Romero comes in for De Gea, you know as soon as De Gea comes back, he's getting his place back. With Arsenal, though, Leno... Do you know what I mean? Arsenal got two very similar keepers. It's not like they got a really good one and then a backup. I mean, Romero is a decent backup for Man United, but you know, I'm sure you know what I mean. Cech and Leno could basically both be number one for Arsenal. So I would, if I had to bet money, I would say that it's Leno's place to drop now, or to lose. But obviously, don't know for sure. Geordie Kev, how's it going? Thanks very much. All the way from New Zealand. Alonso and Wilson to Lovren and Vardy. No, don't think so. No, I don't know. Like the thing is, the two players you're bringing in. I mean, Lovren, we think is going to have keeper's place. We don't know for sure. Like the two players you're bringing in are fine, but the two players you're taking out are also fine. Like Burnley away, I think it's an okay fixture for Alonso. Obviously, fair enough. He's not attacking as much as he probably should be for 6.97 million. But Wilson has Fulham. Everyone scores against Fulham, so I probably stick if that was me. But that's just me. How long have you missed, Mark? You've missed nearly the whole stream. But as you can hear that noise, I'm basically playing with a penknife. Just fidgeting, shouldn't be. Ryan at home or Patricio away? You got to play the home player, I think. Got to play Ryan. Give Ryan a chance to make it a hat-trick. Yeah, if Vardy gets another... if Ryan gets another clean sheet this week, I'll be really happy with him. Obviously 3 in a row, so I'll be happy. But it means I've had him for 6. And then 50% clean sheets. I mean, that's decent. That would be nice. How essential is Salah? Look, I'm not going to go into the fact he's essential or anything, but I think he's a very good standout captain option this week. But a lot of people won't have him. They'll just go with Hazard captain, and that could really pay off as well. And like someone pointed out, look what happened last time we captained someone at home to Cardiff. Harry Kane got nothing. Vardy smashed it against Southampton. You've got Kane. What should you do with him? You should probably sell him. Not worth the money, in my opinion. I know someone will make the comparison to Salah. He's not worth the money either, but Salah, better fixtures. I think better chance of getting points. Kane, yeah. Yeah, Arsenal looking very good. I can't begrudge any Arsenal fans now telling me how good they look. Or non-Arsenal fans. Right, people, I hate to say this. I know you're all going to hate me, but I'm going to leave it there. I know it's a short stream. If we take off the time before the stream actually started, it's probably only about 55 minutes. 53 minutes. So I know it was a short one, but look, we had to start late because of the match on Monday night. I didn't get back till late. And there's another Monday night match next week. I hate stream. I don't hate streaming on Monday, but I prefer streaming on Sunday. And I don't mind streaming on Sunday when the game on Monday is rubbish. But it's Spurs versus Man City. In fact, there's Monday night game the week after too. But that's only Huddersfield versus Fulham. See, that week I'll probably stream on Sunday. But this week, it's probably going to have to be Monday again. Anyway. Thanks very much all. Happy birthday, Liam. If you haven't already, hit that like button on the stream. Much appreciated. Always helps me out. Gets the stream out there. Other people can watch it and we can grow and grow and grow. Subscribe if you're new around here. That'll let you know when my next video is going live. There'll be a preview, which will probably be Wednesday now. And then there'll be a stream on Thursday. I don't want to say may do a Q&A because I always say that I never do it, but we'll see. Otherwise, don't fret too much about Game Week 9. It was bad for a lot of people. We're onwards and upwards and on to Game Week 10. Double figures already. We're into the double figure game weeks already. I'll leave it there. Like, comment, share, subscribe. All of that good stuff. Bye-bye, everyone.